Hey guys, so we are back again with another reading, and this one is all about messages you need to hear from Spirit. So it's been a while since we did a reading like this, and they're one of my favorite ones to do because it really allows Spirit to take the conversation wherever it wants and to really tailor the messages for you and whatever you need to hear in that moment. So we're going to keep it very open ended and let Spirit take it over and take the wheel and steer it wherever it wants. So, with that being said, today we have a very traditional pick a card selection with the different cards and the crystals on top of them. So, if you guys feel already drawn to a pile, feel free to skip ahead and go straight there. And I will mention, since I'm trying to kill time for some of you guys that may need a little more time to decide, that I do have my Patreon and the link is in my bio, and I have a ton more videos over there. The latest one is, have you already met your divine counterpart, or was it just another karmic connection? So we're getting into love life and whether that was your kind of big divine counterpart or whether there's someone in the future for you. So with that being said, check that out if you want, but if you guys need even more time to decide, you can feel free to rewind, pause, and take as much time as you need. But we are going to go ahead and jump into pile one. Hey, pile one. So, if you guys picked this flower agate, this is going to be your reading. I love this crystal. So pretty. So, anyway, let's get into your cards. You guys got the Lady of the Mirror, Reflection, Non Judgment, the Empress, the Star, High Priestess, Ten of Wands, Three of Pentacles, and Page of Pentacles. So, wow, incredibly powerful energy coming out from you guys with three major arcana, and it's the Empress, Star, High Priestess. I feel like you guys are about to step into your abundance, success, and prosperity with the Empress and the Star coming out one after another, and then the High Priestess. I mean, are you kidding me? I actually did a poll last week, and it's so funny because I was like, what's everyone's favorite cards? And I tried to pick the top most positive cards I could think of from the major arcana, and it was like the Empress, the Star, and the High Priestess. And I think these were mostly the winners. And yeah, you guys are so powerful right now that it's crazy. This is going to be, I feel for you guys, a period of abundance. And I think a message I'm getting from Spirit is that you guys have worked so hard on this. With Ten of Wands, Three of Pentacles, Page of Pentacles, this was not easy. Some of you guys have really been through some difficulty, some pain, and you transmuted it and turned it into success. And I do feel like when someone enters this stage in life, sometimes there can be haters that kind of crawl out of the woodwork, people that don't want to see them succeed, or people that may make a judgment about them like, oh, you had this handed to you, everything came easily to you, you didn't work for this. And it's like, you have no idea. I worked my tail off. That's the message I'm getting for you guys, is you guys may have people emerge that are trying to hold you back, maybe people from your past or people that, you know, in your family or an old friend or something that isn't on the same level as you anymore, and there's some jealousy. And I feel like I don't want you guys to let that ruin this moment. This has been so long in the making. You guys have deserve every bit of this. You guys have been breaking your back, working so hard. I really feel like for some of you guys, you were pushing through exhaustion, you were pushing through hardship and pain, and you were transmuting that into this beautiful light. So every bit of this is so well deserved and so beautiful, and don't let anyone make you feel bad about it. I feel like you guys are going to continue to grow and to learn with Three of Pentacles and Page of Pentacles. This is only the beginning. It may feel like, oh my God, I succeeded, I'm doing so well, but it's like there is more in store for you guys. So this is just so beautiful, so positive, and I really feel like for you guys, this is going to be an incredible period of success. And if you guys are like, well, I'm not there right now, actually, I'm in a really difficult time, then this is your future energy. But this is so, I mean, who could read this as anything other than a positive set of cards? Like, I feel like I should say congratulations, throw you guys a little party, get you guys a cake, some champagne, something like that, because this is so positive and so joyful. I'm so excited for you guys. And I feel like Spirit is saying, don't be judgmental about this, because it's almost like sometimes I think when blessings come in, we can have a tendency to get in our heads about it or be like, oh, I don't deserve this, or, you know, I don't know about this. How is it going to be? Like, even in a way, it can be intimidating to have a blessing come in, because sometimes I think we sabotage things that are positive in our life because it's kind of easier to control it than to let spirit take the reins. Like, sometimes when there's something so good that we wanted for so long, we can be like, oh my God, I don't know about this. Like, and it's almost like, let me ruin it now and rip the band aid off rather than have to suffer future pain or have to be in that energy of uncertainty. And I feel like spirit is saying, don't be judgmental about this. Don't get in your heads. And some of you guys tell yourselves narratives about, like, I don't really deserve this, or someone else deserves it more. And it's good to be compassionate and to look at people who are going through problems and hardships, and to, want the best for them, and try to help them and all of that. But I feel like for you guys, they don't want you to sabotage this, because I feel like sometimes when blessings come in, maybe because of these negative people around you, you kind of wriggle your way out of it. You're like, no, I don't deserve this. I'm actually going to ruin things. And you kind of find a way to run away from it. And I feel like spirit is saying, don't do it this time. This is your thing that you've worked for so long. And I feel like if you guys look back at moments before when you guys wanted this so bad, you would have cried for some of these opportunities and blessings that are coming in. So don't screw it up now. Stay in alignment with this energy. So let's get more cards, you guys. We got answers, justice, empowerment, beauty. You guys, some of this is what I'm saying is, I feel like some of you guys, it's funny. You've been treated badly by people in the past that have made you think you don't deserve things like this, that have made you feel like, well, you're not that special and you don't really deserve it and you're not that great of a person. And it's almost you've internalized it. And so there's two messages coming through. One being like, don't pay attention to that. But two being like, that did have an effect on you in multiple ways. And on one hand, spirit is saying, discard the mental effect, discard the part of you that internalized it and made that a part of your psyche of like, yeah, I'm not really that great and I don't really deserve it and someone else deserves it more than me. Discard that, but also be aware that you are being blessed because of this bad karma, because some people didn't want to see you succeed, didn't want to see you do well. They weren't wishing the best for you. They weren't wanting to see you on top. And they may have even done things to kind of sabotage you, maybe not even consciously. Maybe they just would get irritated when you would be like, oh my gosh, so and so asked me out on a date. Isn't this exciting? And they would think like, they don't deserve to be asked out on that date. I deserve it. And so they sabotaged it. Even if they didn't do it on purpose, they tried to get in your head. So it's interesting because it's like a complicated message of saying that, one, be grateful actually for these people and all the bad karma they directed your way, because it boomeranged off you and back to them and it gave you blessings as a result. But at the same time, discard any thoughts that you have adapted as a result of it, because it's so negative. And what I'm hearing is you're in a different league than them. You're in a different lane than them. They aren't on your level. And I'm not trying to be a snob, but it's like, you don't need to be paying attention to them, because you guys, I feel, have a very strong destiny coming through at this moment for you guys. You guys are heading into an energy of such empowerment and having, I feel like, this status that you guys have wanted for a really long time. Some of you guys may have been in a really difficult financial situation or just wanting certain things to happen in your life. And it seems like that is really coming together for you guys. I feel like a lot of you guys are just almost like on top of the world right now. And I feel like this is something you guys manifested. And I feel like there's people in your life who try to make it seem like a fluke, like, oh, this is just good luck, or you just stumbled into it. And it's like, I'm hearing from spirit, no, you did this. You did every bit of it yourself. And so please do not take this as like, oh, it just randomly fell into my lap, because this is something you guys worked your tail off and you deserve it 100,000%. I also feel like with the star coming through and beauty, you guys may be having a moment in the spotlight. People may really have their eyes on you at this time and be looking at you, paying attention to you. And I feel like you guys just look glowed up, beautiful, extra gorgeous right now. And so take advantage of that. Like, this is like glow up period energy all over your cards. Like, there's so much blessings coming in for you guys. I think it's like an overall glow up. I think you guys are going to be having some money and power and status, but also I feel like there's going to be eyes on you right now. That could explain the jealousy energy coming through. So it's important when we have jealous energy that we don't take it on and that we diffuse it and just brush it off, because that is something that is attempting to hold us back from our destiny. Know that if you guys are in the spotlight or if people are paying attention to you, that that's supposed to happen, and that's a good thing that you guys earned and deserve. So let's get more cards. So we got last quarter moon in Aries, work through your feelings. Last quarter moon in Gemini, clear your mind. New moon in Sagittarius, focus on the positive. And new moon in Cancer, relax. So what's coming to mind is I think sometimes we think that when we have a certain, experiences in our life, rewards, big events, celebrations, that it's going to be all good. Like, oh, if I could just get there, I'll be happy. And I feel like it's funny because sometimes actually having that celebratory moment can drive home to us like, wow, I don't really have a supportive person around me to celebrate this with, or I don't really have the support system that I want. And we can get in our head and get in our feelings about it, or just feeling like, I don't know if I deserve this, or am I going to screw this up, or what if I ruin this opportunity? I'll never be able to live with myself. And so a beautiful, amazing, positive opportunity can turn into something negative in our minds. And I just think Spirit is saying, please focus on the positive and chill. This is your destiny. What is for you will always be for you. So don't worry about screwing it up. Don't worry about like, oh my God, I got to do well. I can't believe, like, just stay really calm, stay in alignment. Know that you are aligned with this and that this is supposed to happen for you guys. So welcome that in. And if you guys have to meditate or take a spiritual bath or do things to clear your head, I think you should. I think you should do all of that, because I just want you guys to be in a positive place of not, I just think the only warning I can give you guys is like, don't sabotage this. And again, what's for you will always be for you. So don't worry about screwing things up. Stay in a positive space. Stay welcoming in this energy and know that it is for you. You do deserve it and all of that. I think all these cards have to do with like keeping yourself in a positive and receptive mindset and not, letting our kind of mind get the best of us. Because sometimes we can have those thoughts of like, oh, I don't deserve this, or it's not going to work out, or like, oh, nothing happens to me that's good. And our brains are so powerful. So I feel like you guys figured that out, and that's how you manifested this. And it's like, keep going, stay strong, stay on this path, stay welcoming in the good things. Don't let, now that you're at the finish line, don't be one of those people that like screws up at the finish line. I'm not trying to stress you out more, but just like, keep positive, stay high vibe, stay expecting the best, stay knowing you deserve the best, because I feel like things are really going to fall into place that you guys have been trying to manifest for a really long time. And I feel like for some of you guys, it's going to be a lot of power, and you guys may be a little bit like unready for it, like, or like feeling unready for it, but you are ready. You're in that moment and you guys will do so well with it. So we got stillness, relaxation, and purification. So for some of you guys, I feel like Spirit is saying like, relax. Like honestly, if you have to put on a movie or watch or read a book or whatever you guys do to de-stress, do it. Chill, relax, because I want you guys in that high vibe state of expecting the best, knowing you deserve the best, and anticipating the best. Because I feel like for some of you guys, again, you have people around you who have put negative vibes on you. You might even, some of you guys, take a spiritual bath, a salt bath, and, work on purifying and cleansing your body, because I feel that some of you guys might have picked up other people's negative energies and negative emotions, negative thoughts, feelings that they've directed towards you. And it's going to be really important for you guys to stay out of that, stay clear of that. Coming to a place of stillness, maybe meditating, maybe laying on your bed and listening to like some gamma beats or something, and just relaxing and just hearing what Spirit has to say. Because I feel like Spirit is saying to me, you guys are so in alignment with this. Don't worry about it. Don't worry about like, what if I do this? What if I do that? No, you're already there. You already did it. it already happened. It's already yours. So just don't psych yourself out. Spider, community and web weaving. So for some of you guys are going to have a new community. This new stuff coming in is going to bring in new lovers, new, definitely, I feel like for some of you guys, new romance, new friends. I just feel like you're going to be leveled up across the board. You guys are going to be in a different social class almost. And I feel like, in a way, maybe this is where some of this fear, resentment, anger comes from some of the people in your life, where they're like, oh my God, they're leaving me behind. But some of these people, they never even really appreciated you for what you were anyway. So they were pretty ungrateful, actually, and they never really were fully on your side. So yeah, it's totally a good thing to leave that behind and to say goodbye to someone who doesn't have your best interest at heart. And also, looking at that card, what's coming to mind for me is like how long it takes a spider to build their web. And they're always, they work on it for so long before they kind of use it and, catch bugs with it and hang out on it, chill on it. Like, it takes so much effort. There's so much intricacy. Like, you can see, the image on this card. Like, that's just such an intricate, beautiful web that just looks like it would take a really long time to weave. And I think you guys have prepared this for yourself. I feel like some of you guys have been working on this stuff for months or years, and you've really been trying hard. And I just think you guys need to know that you deserve it. And I really think that needs to like seep down into your bones, is like, I deserve good things. I deserve beauty and abundance. Because I feel like some of you guys have a lack mentality, or have a idea of like, you know how to manifest, but then a part of you still is holding on to like, yeah, I'm not that special. Why would I deserve this? I'm not that great. I can't believe they want me to do this, because like, I'm not that amazing. And I think that is so important for you guys to step into, really letting that sink into your soul. I do deserve it. I have worked for this. I deserve every bit of it. It's mine and I claim it. I think that would be really important for you guys, because yeah, I just see some of you guys having a hard time with actually integrating this stuff into your life, because there's such a sense of like, stuff like this doesn't happen to people like me, something like that. Like, I'm always in hardship energy, or bad stuff happens to me. But what's also coming to mind is like this swan. I know swans, they look really calm on the surface, but they're pedaling kind of like crazy beneath the water. And I feel like you guys may seem calm on the surface, and people might think like, oh, they just had this handed to them. They didn't work that hard. They had it easy. They have an easy life. And it's like, they don't realize that you guys have worked your tail off. You guys may seem calm, may seem very chill, like you did everything and it just came and flowed easily. But it was a long time coming, a lot of work, a lot of effort, and you deserve it. So I really, really, really want you guys to get that. So we also got Page of Ariel, Three of Gabriel, Leap of Faith, and Eight of Ariel. So many of these cards talk about opportunities. And I love Three of Gabriel because it says, and also I love the girl on this. All these cards are like very attractive looking people, to be honest. And like, I don't think all these cards have such attractive, gorgeous people. So again, you guys have glowed up. You're looking good. But Three of Gabriel says, prosperity arising from wise planning, time to take the next step, optimistic plans that turn out as expected. So again, you guys, it says prosperity arising from wise planning. This was not random Jupiter prosperity that just dropped in your lap from nowhere, like someone who wins the lottery. This was, you worked hard. So people may not get that, because you guys stay so calm on the surface. I feel some of you guys really give off an air of like nonchalance, kind of like, oh, I'm just very dignified and kind of chill, and yeah, it's just flowed easily to me. And that's great. And you don't have to let anyone in on it. Like, if you guys, just want to stay in this kind of dignified energy, then I think that's great. And there may be people that just see you and think, oh, they had it handed to them. And let them think that if they want. But I think you guys need to remind yourself of where you came from and how hard you worked. And I do feel like there's so many cards about positive opportunities coming through. I feel like there's going to be really a lot of blessings. It's almost like I'm hearing wildest dreams. Like some of your wildest dreams are going to come true for some of you guys. Some of the things that you guys thought, like, I'd love that to happen, but there's no way it could never happen like that. For me, they're going to happen. This is like a new start. We got Leap of Faith, card 0, which relates to the Fool. So this is a new beginning for you guys. It's not just going to be a one off. It's not just going to be a like something quick comes in and then it's over and then, oh well. It's also something you guys have worked your tail off and put so much effort in. I feel like you guys have studied. I feel like you guys have pushed yourself. I feel like at times you guys have been exhausted and you kept going. You worked through the sweat, blood, sweat, and tears of this. Like there was so much effort put in, and people might not see that because you guys just are, I feel like, very attractive. And sometimes people say that about attractive people, like, oh well, they had it handed easily to them. And so just don't let that get into your heart, because you know the effort you put in, you know the sleepless nights you guys had, and the being exhausted, and the, crying, and the being like, I can't do this. You guys did it. You worked through it, and you deserve every bit of it. So I feel like keep going on that, keep with that energy. So we also got Caterpillar, Opportunity, Drifter, Experiencing Life as It Comes, and Garden of Venus, Rest and Renewal. So I feel like for you guys, this is going to be such a beautiful opportunity. I feel like there's a message from Spirit that you are not necessarily in control of this. That might be why so many people are like shocked or like, what? How? Wait, oh my God, like you got that? Or kind of like, you don't deserve that, you haven't been at it that long, or whatever. And it's like they don't understand that Spirit took over. You guys let Spirit take over. You guys said, like, Jesus take the wheel, as the song goes, or if you're not Christian, whatever, you just let Spirit take over. And I feel like that's one of the reasons why you guys have had rewards. So again, once you step into that energy of letting Spirit guide you and bring out the best for your best and highest good, that's when the magic literally happens, and you guys figure that out. So I think I want you guys to stay in an energy of rest. I don't want you guys scrambling. I feel like it may feel intimidating having this big news come in, or this new status you guys have. And of course, sometimes we're going to have to be working our tail off, and we are going to be exhausted. So I'm not saying just like ignore all your work and just lay in bed all day. But I think staying in that restful energy of expecting the best from Spirit, expecting beautiful things, is going to be key for all of this coming down exactly as it should. And I feel like you guys are good about leaving it to Spirit and doing the work that you need to do, but letting Spirit take it over and really direct. And I feel like that's so key. So don't fight this. Don't sabotage it. Some of y'all are little saboteurs. You guys, you're like, it's kind of like that energy of like when you, like, people who maybe are Libra or Venus or Aquarius, or some of those kind of Aries, Venus, like those placements that are real flirty to everyone, get along with everyone, and like will like be charming, but then when someone tries to lock them down and be like, hey, do you want a relationship, they're like, gotta go. That's so like Libra, Pisces, Aquarius, um yeah, and Aries, Venus, I feel. So it's like that's kind of the energy. Like I feel like some of you guys, you go really into like, I want this to happen, but then when it starts happening, then you kind of freak out and you're like, I can't do this, I gotta go. And I just don't want you guys to do that, because I feel like this is the very beginning of your life. I feel like this is what you're supposed to step into. It is aligned for you. This is beautiful, and just allow it to happen, because I think, for some of you guys, you have ancestors guiding you. You guys have worked really hard on this. And I think it's going to step some of you guys into an energy of being aligned with your soulmate, being aligned with a friend group that's really going to mean a lot to you guys. And just, this is your time to shine. Some of you guys have been in the shadows for a long time, waiting for the sunlight to come out. And now the sun is coming out from behind the clouds. Oh my God, that's so weird that I said that metaphor. And then I just looked up at the clouds, and I swear to God, they're parting like so fast. and the clouds have been pretty strong, and now I think the sun is coming out. So we'll see if it fully comes out at the end of this reading. You guys could tell me watching with the lighting on here if like it gets a lot brighter. But I honestly feel like you guys, this is your time for the sun to come out. This is the time for you guys to step into this radiant sun star energy of Leo, of showing yourself for what you are and not being afraid and not holding back who you are. This is a beautiful opportunity and you deserve every single bit of it. So run towards it. Don't let the saboteurs, the jealous people, they don't get it. They never will. And that's okay. They're not supposed to. But you guys have this gorgeous destiny. And I'm so excited to see you guys step into this. So what a beautiful reading. I'm so happy for you, pile one. This is just so incredible. So let me know if it resonates in the comments. I always love hearing your thoughts, your stories, and make sure to give it a big thumbs up. And if you guys want to check out my Patreon, I have more readings over there. My latest one was that your divine counterpart or just another karmic connection? So have you met your divine counterpart yet? So check that out over, link in my bio, and I'm sending you guys lots of love and light. Also make sure to subscribe over here if you want to see more readings over here. But yeah, I will see you guys in the next reading. Sending you lots of love and light. Take care. Bye. Hey pile 2, so if you guys picked this crystal, this is going to be your reading. It's petrified wood, super great for grounding, and I love it. But let's get into your cards. We got the Rainbow Prince, Compensation, Perseverance, the Tower, Queen of Wands, the Moon, Knight of Cups, Judgment, Three of Pentacles, and Five of Pentacles. So what's coming through for you guys is you may have been going through a really difficult period with the Tower coming out, Five of Pentacles, and the Rainbow Prince. It may have been a really hard time. I'm feeling like there's almost a energy of self-recrimination around you guys. Like I feel like some of you guys are questioning your own judgment and wondering why you made certain choices. There may be a period of reflection going on with the moon coming out of thinking that, wow, I really didn't listen to my intuition, or I really messed that up, or I really misjudged that person. Why and how could I make that mistake? Why didn't I see that earlier? And I feel like the message from your guides that's coming out is every lesson is a blessing. So if you did have to learn a hard lesson or go through a hard time, know that that's redirection that spirit does occasionally when we're on the wrong path. So that person that ghosts you, you weren't supposed to be in a relationship with them. You weren't supposed to be friends with them. Maybe spirit literally put that in their heart where they would pick up their phone and be like, I really want to text her. She's so cool. But they say like, no, don't do it. And they give them anxiety about it, or they put it in their head of like, just a bad feeling about it, so they never send the text. Spirit has a way of moving the wrong people out of our path, and I feel like for some of you guys, you might have been redirected, or maybe you are supposed to come back into being around this situation or person again. But I feel like for right now, it's like this is how it's supposed to be right now. There's lessons to learn from this situation. There are things that you guys are supposed to gather and take out of this situation that are really valuable. Three of Pentacles is all about learning. And so I feel like there's something about this situation you guys have been going through that is teaching you super valuable lessons that you're going to carry with you for the rest of your life. And it's saying don't rush through this or blow through it or feel like, I can't believe this happened. It's so unfair. It's so bad, because this is so positive for you guys. And I think the lessons you learn now are going to be the ones you're so grateful for in the long term. I can look back at some of the hardest times in my life when I was like, this is so unfair. I can't believe this is happening, and be like, wow, that was such a blessing. That was so major key for me to learn certain things. And I think that, sometimes when we're not in alignment, spirit has to do dramatic things to align us. I think Teal Swan has made this metaphor of like, when you are in the wrong kind of boat, spirit will sink your boat. And we have that choice of like, do we sit in the boat for, hours trying to bail out all the water and like the boat is sinking lower and lower? Or do we start seeing like, oh, there's a hole in this boat. It's not working out and it's not meant to be. Let me quickly paddle for shore towards the shore and get all my stuff out and get it on a safe dry dock, and then watch the boat go down from a distance and find something else or step into another boat or whatever. I feel like it's like when we hold on to things that spirit is removing from our life, that can be where we block blessings coming in. It can be hard when we're going through that tower moment to see this loss. Those can be really painful periods. But I feel like if you guys have had things removed from your life or difficult periods that you guys have been going through, those are so for your best and highest good. Those are supposed to happen. And your guides are saying that they orchestrated some of this. I feel like for some of you guys, this might be romantic. Um, but for others of you, maybe it has to do with career or just life stuff or friends. But I do feel like Spirit is saying that they are preparing you for something that's going to be a lot more fulfilling for you. With the Knight of Cups, you're going to feel a lot more emotionally fulfilled by these different situations that are coming in. So let things leave gracefully from your life. You know, there's an art to that. Sometimes we can become kind of like disheveled, desperately trying to hold on to something as it leaves. You know how sometimes occasionally there's like a viral video of, I don't know, someone hanging onto a car while it drives down the highway, and everyone's like, how did this happen? And sometimes it's like an ex or someone is trying to break up with someone and they grab onto the car, and it's like you never want to be in one of those viral videos, you know what I mean? You never want to be that person that's desperately trying to cling on to a situation as it drives off into the sunset. You want to be that person waving goodbye, as painful as it may be, and knowing that if that's supposed to return to you, then it will. um, but right now, I feel like Spirit is saying there's so much to learn about this situation. And maybe some of you guys didn't have your intuition fully on. And maybe that's a lesson you can take, is like, why did I turn off my intuition for this? Why wasn't I fully paying attention to what was going on? Why wasn't I fully listening to my heart? And I think that's something you guys should spend a moment reflecting on. But this is going to be really positive, I think. So we also got forgiveness, reconciliation, love, and new beginnings. So, yeah, definitely love energy coming through for some of you guys. I don't know if this was a difficult breakup or maybe a friend falling out or a family or something. Um, but I definitely feel like some of you guys have kind of a little bit of heartbreak happening right now in your life. And I do feel like the message is that, you know, if you guys are supposed to come back together, you will. And if you guys are supposed to have a new love situation, that will happen. All of this is being divinely guided. And I feel like some of you guys, you might be holding on to something from your past so tightly, afraid to let it go. But everything that's supposed to work out for you will. And sometimes people even need to temporarily leave a situation and then come back later, you know. So it may be that someone, you know, breaks up and then they reunite when they both done some soul growth. um, I feel like there's different people within this pile in different categories, but I want you guys to be living your life in the meantime, not holding on to the past and not desperately trying to force something to work out that isn't supposed to work out, like fitting a round peg into a square hole. Some of you guys may have gone through this because of Venus retrograde, but the point of Venus retrograde is not to just mess up your life for no reason and just cause chaos. It's to realign you and make you realize. All retrogrades can make us realize things that have gone wrong in those areas of our life, or choices that we made that maybe weren't the best. Um, Make us reassess our life, make us reassess our choices. So if you have a relationship that fell apart during Venus retrograde, it can be that that relationship, you know, just had temporary miscommunication. Also, Mercury was retrograde, which rules communication. So definitely a lot of people went through that, but also it may be that that wasn't supposed to happen. And the ultimate truth teller is time. So I feel like for you guys, some of you guys are going to reunite with your person, or maybe this is friendships, family members, even maybe a work situation or something like that. But all the things that are supposed to leave your life, there's such a glory and a grace in letting that happen gently and not desperately trying to pull on to the past and desperately thinking over like what should have happened or what we thought was going to happen, or I can't believe that didn't work out, or like I really wanted that and why didn't it? Because it wasn't supposed to. And your guides are protecting you, they are aligning you with something better. And what you guys might try saying that as a mantra, like all good things flow to me, or everything happens for my best and highest good, because that's really what our guides do when we're in alignment. So for some of you guys, this may mean that right now this isn't supposed to work out, and that you are having something new come in, something better, something that's going to be an incredible blessing, and you guys are going to be so overwhelmed by the beauty of it. So let's get more cards. So we also got last quarter moon in Aquarius, reflect on your priorities. Last quarter moon in Taurus, be proud of yourself. Last quarter moon in Pisces, talk less, feel more. And first quarter moon in Cancer, push through any insecurity. So a lot of water energy coming through. And you guys may be water signs or may have just been feeling all up in your feelings lately. Maybe you guys have been just, very rooted in like, I can't believe that happened, and just going through it emotionally. But I feel like for you guys, you know, it's so important when we're going through the hard times not to let those feelings overwhelm us. And also when something falls apart, do a little bit of reflection on like, well, why didn't that work out? Did I have an inkling that this person was off when I met them? Did I have an inkling that this job wasn't right for me? Because I think, me as a psychic, whenever I would go into situations that didn't work out, I always knew from the jump. And I think a lot of people are like that, even if you're not a professional psychic. I think we all get intuitions about people, some more than others, obviously, depending on your innate gifts or your chart or whatever. But I feel like a lot of us have that feeling where we take the job and we just know that like, oh, this just doesn't seem, I don't know. And maybe, the boss is on their best behavior for the first 2 weeks, but there's little tells. Maybe they're just really demanding, or they get in a bad mood and they kind of snap at someone. And then they say like, oh, I'm so sorry. I didn't mean to snap at you. And then that's a precursor, like a few months later when they're comfortable with you, they're screaming at you. You know what I mean? Or we have that relationship with someone that, they were really hard to get a hold of at the beginning and they kind of were flaky, but we're like, well, maybe it's nerves. And then, into the relationship, they're super hard to get a hold of again. They're really non-committal. They're not really emotionally plugged in. And it's like, we kind of knew that, we kind of saw glimpses of that at the beginning, but we tried to put on a positive spin on it. And I think a big thing in life is just recognizing things for what they are. And I love the saying, play it as it lays, which is all about taking whatever life gives us and making the best of it. So like, it's not to say, I think, I don't know if I'm putting that into the best words, but like recognizing the situation as it is and then making the best of it. So yeah, we want to be optimistic. We want to put our best foot forward, but also we don't want to be trying to make something work that doesn't work. You know what I mean? We don't want to be trying to run, I don't know, like a really high-end car on regular gas, or a diesel truck on regular gas. Sometimes I actually had that happen with a friend of mine. She got her car, even though she'd had her car for a long time, she messed it up, and we were driving out to this like festival thing, like an hour away, and everyone was loaded in her car, and we stopped to get gas, and then suddenly a few miles down the road her car broke down. And luckily we were going with another group, so they let us get into their car and we got to the festival. But we had to, or maybe I think we had to leave her car behind. Yes, we did have to leave her car behind. And so we like left it behind, and we just had to make it on time. But she came back and retrieved her car later, but her car needed premium gas, and she just put in regular. She forgot, or someone was filling it and like didn't know. I don't know what happened. But that's the thing, is like sometimes in life we know that that's not exactly the right situation for us, and we know that that's not really going to work out, but we just kind of try to like hope and put on a bright face on things. And it's like, this isn't the right car for you. You can run something else on that kind of gas, but not the car she had. And so much of that is about finding the right situation for us to succeed in. And we can't necessarily succeed with every person or every situation or every workplace or every opportunity that comes up, even if we want it. It's about aligning ourselves with the best things for us. So if someone leaves your life, they might be amazing and they might be great, but it's about gracefully being like, okay, well, God bless, and I wish you the best, and maybe we'll reunite when we're aligned, but for right now, that's not it. And I feel like Spirit is saying, don't be down on yourself or too like beating yourself up for this. Take the lessons learned, do some reflection, but also be proud of yourself and positive about yourself, because I feel like you guys have some insecurities about this. Maybe some of you guys have had people leave you in the past and you take that personally of like, there's something wrong with me. There's something wrong with me that I always get fired, or there's something wrong with me that I don't have these relationships work out. And there's a fine line, because we do want to be reflecting and growing and, fixing certain dysfunctions we have in our life, but also staying with a positive mind frame towards ourselves, speaking towards ourselves in a positive way, being our own biggest fan is also very major key for success. I feel like Spirit doesn't want you telling yourselves any negative self talk about the situation. Learn what you can from it, but also keep yourself really positively aligned. So, we also got the lamp, remembrance, and Barmbrack. I don't know what that is. Sweetness and synergy. Maybe it's pumpkins. I don't know. But I feel like there's a big part of you that keeps looking back towards the past, that keeps looking back towards these situations and wishing they had worked out and being like, what if I had done this? I should have done that. If only I had done this, if only I had acted that way, this would have happened. And I feel like Spirit is saying, stop looking at the past. You're not going there anymore. You're not headed in that direction. And welcome in the newness and the beautiful sweetness that Spirit wants to bring in. It's kind of like when you're in the middle of fall, you have the opportunity to just be sitting there thinking the whole time about like, oh, I wish it was summer. I had so much fun in summer. Back when it was summer, it was so warm and it was so nice and it was so pretty outside. Meanwhile, you're missing like the beautiful leaves and the trees and like pumpkin stuff, because I go crazy for like fall stuff and pumpkins, and I'm always like cooking pumpkin bread and pumpkin pies, and I just love fall. And it's like, imagine if instead of actually appreciating the joy of fall and the joys of each of the seasons, you were constantly focused on like the past season. It would just be such a waste. And I feel like it's like Spirit is saying they have new stuff for you. They have new, beautiful, amazing stuff that's going to come in that you guys are going to be so happy and thrilled about. And yet you're focused on the past, things that aren't even around anymore. A lot of life is learning when to kind of hold them and fold them, like when to just be like, okay, it's time to move on, and doing that gracefully and not clinging on to the past. So while we want to like remember the people that mean something to us and cherish the memories, it's also like life is so sweet and there's so many ways for life to be sweet. Maybe it doesn't look like the way you thought, but maybe it's better. Maybe it makes you happier. Maybe you thought you had to do XYZ to feel successful or to feel happy or to feel good, but actually something totally different, ABCD, is going to make you really happy. And so it may not look how you wanted or what you were focused on, but that's why it's important not to just get fixed on it has to look this way, it has to turn out like this, and be ready for Spirit to surprise us and, welcome in that surprise. Because synergy talks about, two forces at play, two forces working together. And when we work together with Spirit and don't fight against Spirit and don't try to push like, no, it has to look like this. When we allow Spirit to come into our lives and form it, that's when we have the biggest blessings. And so many people, they are so tied to like, it has to look this way. It has to be this way. If it's not this way, it's going to be the worst thing ever. And I just want you guys to bring in an energy of expectation of goodness. So we also got 8 of Gabriel, a great deal of activity, sudden and immediate results, important communications. 9 of Gabriel, stay determined and move forward, be prepared for any possibility. Page of Michael, an exciting new challenge, you have what it takes to succeed. And 2 of Raphael, 2 hearts dedicated to creating something wonderful. Kindred spirits, don't give up on those you love. So some of you guys, maybe you're in a relationship with someone and they are going to come back to you, and it's okay and it will work out. But I feel like there's some kind of energy of you guys having grace if things aren't working out, having grace about the situation and not clinging onto it. Maybe some of you guys are feeling really lonely and really being like, I can't believe it didn't work out with this person. I really thought they were going to work out. Or missing someone from your past, missing someone who isn't in your life anymore. And I feel like Spirit is saying there's so much great stuff. These are such positive cards that talk about newness and fresh things coming in, and being busy and having a really happy life that's full of activity and full of different things happening, beautiful stuff. And so I feel like it's like you're so focused on stuff that didn't work out that you're not seeing this amazing blessings that are about to rain on you. And I feel like I want to see you guys in an energy of receptivity and openness and expecting the best and knowing that you deserve the best, and not feeling like if something didn't work out, that that's the end of the world. If it didn't work out, it wasn't supposed to work out. I feel like your mindset is playing a big role in this, and Spirit is wanting you guys to think positively about these changes and think positively about these endings rather than fearing them or feeling like, well, now nothing good is going to happen because that didn't work out. If your life is feeling really stagnant and like things aren't working out now, then just have faith, because I feel like you guys are going to have so much positive activity in the future. And so it's like, why focus on the past when there's beautiful new stuff coming in? And there's so many cards about you guys being really busy and having a lot of new possibilities and a lot of new things come in. So I feel like you guys should welcome that with joy rather than being like, oh, I'm upset this didn't happen. So we got Wailing Tree, Reconciliations, Galactic Mushroom, the Divine Matrix, The Crossing, Initiation, and Willow the Wisp, Treasures Hidden in the Shadows. So sometimes a situation that may seem dark actually has a lot of treasures hidden inside it, a lot of beautiful, good things that are going to happen as a result. So I feel like for you guys, you should be focused on this new stuff coming in. I feel like you're being initiated into something really great, something really positive that you're really going to love. And maybe for some of you guys, there will be a reconciliation. There may be coming back to this person and you guys having a reunion in the future, or you being reunited with whatever this is, whether it was, you had any kind of a loss, maybe that is going to come back in. And I feel like there's the energy of just flowing with it and knowing that if it's meant for you, it will return to you. And if it's not meant for you, it won't. And that's okay. So figuring that out and just being okay with whatever the outcome is so key to like navigating life, because we can't turn back the clock. So the only thing that focusing so much on the past does is it causes us pain when there's really no reason for it. Like I said, if you're in the middle of autumn and wishing it was summer and wishing it was spring, that's not going to suddenly shift the clock or the calendar and make all the trees turn green again. They're still going to be brown and red, but there's so much beauty in that. So why not just go take a walk and enjoy like the leaves and the pumpkins and the smell of apple cider and all the beautiful stuff in fall, rather than sitting around being like, I wish there were flowers, I wish it was blooming, but it's not. And this is different in a beautiful other way, right? So it's about experiencing that and leaning towards it, and knowing that all these things are working for your best and highest good, and remembering that, saying that as a mantra for some of you guys, because I feel like you're crossing into something new. I look back at all the losses that I felt like I experienced, all the things that I was like, I can't believe that didn't work out, and I was so disappointed at the time, and I feel so blessed and so happy that those things were removed from my life. Like, I feel so glad all the things that fell through, I know for a fact, just were not meant for me. Even if it caused me so much pain at the time and I was so upset and just like beside myself, like, I can't believe this didn't happen. It was supposed to happen like that. And now I'm like, oh, thank God it didn't happen. Like, I'm so happy with, even the hard things that I went through. So I feel like for you guys, this is telling you, no matter what you guys have been going through, keep that positive attitude. Know that you have forces conspiring in your favor, working for you, trying to make things happen for your highest good, which isn't necessarily the things we as humans focus on and want to work out. We can have a very limited perspective, and Spirit sees from up high. Spirit has a bird's eye view of the situation, so they know what is going to make us the absolute happiest, and sometimes it's not what we expect. So I feel like some of you guys need to like move on from this, be a lot more positive, and just say goodbye to the things that aren't serving you, and understand that if Spirit removed it from your life, it was for a reason. So whether it comes back in the future or whether it doesn't, that's something we should never fight against. We should always welcome in with joy and love and gratefulness. So, yeah, I think that for some of you guys, I know it's a loss, but there's really great blessings on the way, beautiful things that people are doing for you in the shadows, in secret, that you might not be able to see or understand now, but you'll get it later. So, welcome that in, prepare yourself for those blessings, and get excited for them, you guys. So, I really hope that resonated. Let me know if it did in the comments. I love hearing your stories and your thoughts and everything you guys have to share. So, let me know, and also make sure to leave it a big thumbs up. And if you guys want to check out my Patreon, the link is in my bio, and I post a ton of readings over there. I just posted one about, have you already met your divine counterpart, or was it just a karmic connection? So we have a ton going up all the time over there. So check that out, and make sure to subscribe over here as well if you want to see more readings. I'm sending you guys so much love and light. I hope you all have an amazing day, guys. Take care. Bye. Hey, pile three. So if you guys picked this desert rose crystal, this is going to be your reading. It's a form of selenite, which means it's a great clearing stone. But let's get into your cards. So for your pick a card, you guys got the Desert Prince, Survival, False Promises, and the Sun Dancers, Joyful Activity, Celebration of Life, Abundance. And for your tarot, Death, the Devil, 10 of Wands, 4 of Cups, 4 of Wands, and 3 of Swords. So I feel like for you guys, things may be kind of ending in your life right now with death and the devil coming through. It may have been a situation that you were really trying to work hard at, trying to make work. And this may be something that is painful for you to leave behind. Maybe even something that, you were very attached to, something that you may have thought like, was very intrinsic to your personality or had to work out for you, had to be a part of your life. And I feel like some of you guys have had almost unhealthy attachments to some of these things. Like maybe you had something that you were relying on, kind of like, if I don't do this, then this won't work out. Or if I don't always, be in touch with this person, then everything is not going to work out. Or if I don't have this job, then it won't work out. And I feel like Spirit is saying that you guys have a lot of positivity coming up, and they kind of want you to focus on that, because I feel like some of you guys, you may have even been working yourselves too hard and pushing yourselves to such a limit that it's like it's time to take a break. It's time to chill a little bit, and it's time to kind of let the chips fall where they may. You know what I mean? Like maybe you guys have been trying to keep a situation going that kind of feels like it's over, kind of feels like it's ending, and you're just trying to push it through and make it happen. And I feel like the message is like, let it go, and expect better things to happen in the future, because I feel like we have a lot of joyful celebration cards. We have the Sun Dancers and the 4 of Wands, and this, to me, the energy of this is someone who's trying to keep something alive that they really shouldn't. That they really should just try to understand that some of those things are going to leave your life, and that whatever comes back in instead is going to be a major blessing. So there's no point in focusing on the past, focusing on the endings, being upset about that. I feel like for a lot of you guys, you have a lot of great things that are going to come in. You have so many things to be joyful about and so many things to look forward to. So it's like, it may not look like you thought, or I feel like certain habits, certain things you guys had that you kind of relied on to succeed are going to be taken out of your life. And I feel like Spirit is saying it's time to let those things go. If it's not working, it's not working. If it's not supposed to be there, it's not supposed to be there. And sometimes we try to kind of wrap ourselves up into a pretzel and twist ourselves up to keep something going. We feel very attached to it. This may be a relationship, or it may be a situation of some kind, I don't know, but it feels like you're trying to make something work that is no longer serving you, and you guys should just be ready to welcome in the next thing. This may be even dysfunctional behaviors like eating too much, or playing video games, or drinking too much, or whatever. And I feel like it's like, you guys, if you have to do so much crazy stuff to keep yourselves in a certain situation, like maybe you guys are drinking too much to deal with a job you hate, or overeating to deal with the stress of dealing with a family member that's really toxic. And I feel like sometimes we put ourselves in toxic situations just trying to get through, like trying to survive, when we should be thriving, and we shouldn't have to twist ourselves into a million knots to make a situation work. If we have to do that, then it's not for us. I feel like you guys have a celebratory thing that wants to come through, happiness, blessings, but some of you guys are so focused on trying to keep certain things alive that you should have let go a long time ago. And I feel like this is about release and not tolerating dysfunction, not tolerating things that don't work for us, and moving towards what genuinely brings me happiness and joy and makes me feel good about myself and makes my heart sing. Because yeah, I feel like things are needing to end that are dysfunctional, that are not serving your highest good, and might be taking you out of alignment and making you act in ways that are out of character for you, maybe even making you act crazy. There are certain people, I think, in our lives that might make us act crazy because they never give us anything we need. They never give us the validation. They never give us, the kindness or make us feel good about ourselves. And sometimes it can make us act totally different than we normally would. And if if something is pulling that out of you for whatever reason, that's something you should leave behind and just not even give it a second thought. Just be like, okay, I'm out, because it's like, you guys, I almost feel like you guys are the only ones trying to make this work. Like, it seems like some of you guys are with dysfunctional situations with people that aren't even trying to keep this going. It's all on you, it's all on your back. They're just kind of causing chaos, and it's up to you to adjust to them. Like, they might have an outburst, and you're the one who has to kind of pick up the pieces, and you're the one who has to smooth things over, and you're the one who has to say, like, hey, listen, I know we had an argument, but like, it's okay. And meanwhile, they're the ones who started it. Or you're at a job with a crazy boss, and the crazy boss, constantly blames you for everything, and you're the only one that tries to be positive and tries to patch things up and tries to fix it, but you still get blamed. Like, I just feel like for some of you guys, you have so much that you're trying to manage, and it's like draining you guys. And you have this survival mindset or scarcity mindset that, like, this is just life, it's just hard, relationships are just hard, and I'm just trying to survive. This is as good as it gets. And it's like, no, life is supposed to be joyful. Life is supposed to be full of blessings and happiness and good things. It's not supposed to be something where we're just trying to survive by the skin of our teeth. It's supposed to be something where there's happiness and being excited, and dancing with happiness and love and all the good things. So I feel like you guys have not been in that energy for a while, and spirit is saying, come on, like, that can happen for you guys, but we gotta leave things behind. We gotta go through the death card. So we got blessings, compassion, empowerment, and happiness. Some of you guys are very compassionate. Maybe some of you guys are empaths, or your heart goes out to everyone around you. And maybe some of you guys have been stuck in dysfunctional situations because of it, because you guys are so empathic that, when someone's acting dysfunctionally and everyone else is like, oh, I'm not going to be around that person, they're crazy, or whatever they say, you guys are like, well, I think they mean this, they mean well, they didn't really mean to say that. And it's like, I love that you guys have this beautiful compassionate heart, but I don't love that you guys are wasting your time and energy directing it towards dysfunctional people that may not deserve it, and maybe taking you out of alignment with your highest good. You guys are not just some supporting character in a movie for someone else, and like some heartwarming, how there's like always those movies that they used to make where like there's this teacher that comes into a school and inspires like this kid who's really like a troublemaker, and teaches them that they can do well and stuff. And like, that's a beautiful idea in theory, and sometimes it does happen, and I think it's beautiful when it does. But sometimes it's like, you're trying to do that, and this person doesn't even want that. They're in their own energy, they are kind of stuck in that, and it's like, you just keep trying to help them. They're never going to appreciate it, they're never going to be grateful, they're probably not even going to change, and you're trying to like be this hero for them, when you could be directing that beautiful compassionate energy towards the world, or making art, or giving it to more people instead of trying to be this kind of supporting cast member in someone else's story. You know what I mean? Instead of just directing it towards this one person who takes up, I feel like, a lot of your attention and is draining. You could be sharing it with so many and helping people beyond your wildest dreams. And I feel like that compassion, it's a blessing, but it can be a curse at times when you guys don't have boundaries. So many empaths have boundary issues and need to learn to put up boundaries, and need to learn that you can observe that, like, I'm feeling really sad. I'm picking up on that person's energy. They're really sad. And realizing that you are not God, and it's not up to you to solve everyone's problems, you know? And so I feel like we can heal people too by being in our highest energy of ourselves, by vibrating at a very high vibration where we exude happiness and love and joy and positivity. That inspires others more than we might know. We might never be aware that just us being joyful and smiling and happy can actually help people. And so when we're walking around sad and upset because we're constantly dealing with someone dysfunctional who takes us out of alignment, that's actually not serving the world. It may be serving that person and working for them quite well, but it's not actually serving the world in the way that we're supposed to. We're supposed to share our gifts with multiple people. That's why in the Bible it says, don't hide your light under a bushel bucket. I'm not exactly sure what the quote is because I'm not the best at memorizing that kind of a thing, but you guys get the idea. You're not supposed to just hide yourself away and just work on one person. So I want to see you guys in your empowered energy, exuding happiness. Maybe you're around someone that gets triggered when you get happy, when you're happy and joyful and making jokes and in a really good mood and high vibe. They might get annoyed and be like, oh, you're so loud, or start an argument, or, because that triggers low vibrational people. High vibrational energy triggers low vibrational people. So sometimes they'll react and try to put you down or take you out of alignment. So take that as a sign of major incompatibility and be like, okay, I'm not going to be around someone who's going to bring down my vibration. Because I feel like you guys really could help so many people, and they would be so appreciative and joyful. Like, oh, I'm so glad this person came into my life. I feel so lucky to be around them. There's people that would just see the beauty in you and just be obsessed with you. And some of you guys are trying to make it work and trying to make it happen with people that are just so, I don't want to say below your level, but like kind of, they're never going to get on your level. They're in a low vibrational state, and they can choose to move out of that into a high vibrational state, but that's where they're at right now. And it's not something you can solve, because we do have freedom of choice, which means spirit respects us and lets us decide what kind of energy we're in. So if spirit isn't going to fix it, then how do you think you're powerful enough to fix it? You know what I mean? So I think for some of you guys, you need to learn that there's situations and people that only God can fix. And it's time to take a step back. I feel like when you guys are exuding your happiness and joy, and blessings are coming into your life, it's infectious. You have this joyful, happy, beautiful, radiant energy that just shines out of you guys and is so gorgeous and, like I said, infectious. Other people feel it and just it inspires them. It makes them feel so good. And that's what I would like to see you guys get into. I would like to see you guys really be walking around with a smile on your face, telling jokes, having something fun to say, like enjoying life. I feel like when you're in that energy, it's like you're doing a public service for others. You might feel like, well, I'm just happy, I'm just smiling, but I feel like you're the kind of person that you're magnetic and you're, like I said, infectious. I just keep getting that. So when you're happy, other people see your smile, and it's one of those things where you're like, oh, when you see like a little baby and the baby's just in such a joyful energy that the baby's laughing or smiling at something and you can't help but laugh. Like that's you guys when you guys are happy. I feel like you guys have this very pure, almost childlike quality to you. So I would want to see you guys get there. I want to see you guys smiling, laughing, having fun, enjoying yourself and not down in the dumps or glum because of this person. I think a lot of you guys, I'm hearing martyr. So some of you guys might have a martyr complex where you're like, I have to do this for this person. I have to help them. Maybe those are patterns you developed in your childhood. A lot of kids serve that with their parents. Like their parents will rely on them to cheer them up. Their parent will be kind of dysfunctional and the kid has to come along and be like, hey dad, smile. And it's like sometimes people can get into that role of being this martyr and thinking that that's what they have to do in a relationship, is they have to give, and someone else takes, and that's just how relationships are. And it's not. A good relationship is give and take. It's back and forth. It's you make me happy, I make you happy. I do this that puts a smile on your face, you do that that puts a smile on my face. It's joy that builds on each other and plays off each other. It's not one person kind of being dragged along by the other and carried on their back. That's not fair to you. So I feel like spirit is calling for you guys to kind of take a break and yeah. So we also got last quarter moon in Scorpio, reveal what needs to be seen. Last quarter moon in Capricorn, leave the past behind. Last quarter moon in Virgo, attend to the details. And last quarter moon in Aries, work through your feelings. So this is a well shuffled deck. So it's absolutely crazy that you guys got all last quarter moons. So what that means is that's all about the energy of leaving something behind, leaving something in the past and getting rid of it. So I feel like for you guys, this is all about discarding things that are no longer serving you. I feel like some of you guys have felt called to leave situations behind, and you may have felt, I keep hearing in my mind, I'm not saying I like him as a person, but I keep hearing that Dr. Phil line where he says, how's that working for you? Like, I feel like some of you guys know this isn't working for you. You know that you get upset by this person or this situation and it puts you in a very sad, low vibrational mode. I almost feel like some of you guys are like, well, it's not that bad. And it's like, spirit's like, yes, it's bad. And if you guys get out of it, I feel like you're going to be like, I can't believe I put up with that for so long. I can't believe I lived like that. Like, this is what life is like, just feeling happy, just feeling joyful and abundant and good about yourself. I feel like some of you guys are with people that want to make you feel bad about yourself because it keeps you safe. It keeps you aligned with them. It keeps you from stepping fully into your power and coming into the highest vibrational energy of like, I am abundant and I'm joyful and I can do whatever I want. So you end up just staying stuck with them, and that's what they like because they don't want you being free. They don't want you guys, like just being in your fullest power and knowing your worth and everything. So I would say that spirit is saying it's time for you guys to really start paying attention to this and start processing it and not like turning a blind eye to some of this, because I think some of you guys have really tried to look on the bright side about some of these people or situations and tried to be optimistic and tried to be thinking positive about them, but it's time to really take a dose of reality and think about what you do deserve, because I feel like these are kind of one-sided relationships or situations where you're giving and you're not getting much back. So pay attention to this. Pay attention to how you feel after you're done interacting with someone or after you're done in a situation, when you come home from work and you're just so drained, so much more than would be normal after work, or when you get done talking to someone and you're just like, oh my God, I have a headache and I just feel awful. Like, pay attention. Don't just be putting on those rose-colored glasses and just trying to see the best in them, because spirit is saying this is, things to pay attention to, red flags. So we also got zombie, control, ghost, regret, invisibility, authenticity. I feel like for some of you guys, these people or situations are not allowing you to be your authentic best self. You might have to try to squish yourself down and come out of your power in order to appease them, in order to make them comfortable. You might have to be a shadow of your full self. So while you might, like I said, I feel like normally when you guys are shining at your highest level, you guys are just this beautiful ray of light that just so many people are just so inspired by you, and like you're just a blessing to everyone around you, and you are not able to be that way. It's almost like They want to control you. They want to keep you under their control. So they don't feel good or comfortable when you're just shining brightly and doing your own thing and happy and high vibe. So they keep you under their control by making you out of alignment with yourself, by making you feel bad about yourself and making you feel like you have to fit into a certain box. So they might do things to put you down too. They might say things like, "Oh, well, you're always messing that up," or like, you're really not that cute, or I don't know, like, or you're, I don't know, you always tell these corny jokes, you're really not as funny as you think you are. Like, I feel like there's some of these situations, it's with people that are just really harsh with you. And I kind of don't know why you guys put up with this. Like, I feel like it must be related to something in childhood that you guys picked up on, but I feel like you're going to regret this if you stay in this energy. And I feel like if you guys step into a place of your highest, best self, being the most beautiful, radiant, joyful version of yourself, you're going to be so much happier and you're going to bless so many people. So that's what I would like to see for you guys, is stepping into true authenticity, true beauty, and your just happiest, most ecstatic version of yourself. No longer allowing yourself to be controlled. So we also got final cards: Knight of Ariel, trustworthy, understanding, devoted, funny; the Chariot, Archangel Metatron; Eight of Raphael; and the Empress. Wow, final card, the Empress. I love that for you guys. Like, I feel like all these cards talk about accomplishing things, getting a lot of success. And Eight of Raphael says there is something better waiting for you. Do what you know is right for you, a spiritual quest. I feel like a lot of you guys, you know that the situation isn't right for you. You know that it's not serving your best and highest good, and that you have felt called to cleanse these things out of your life for a while now. This isn't just the first time you're hearing about it. You've already felt tugged at your consciousness of like, oh, it's time to let this go, but you don't want to let it go. You're very attached to it. And so this is about moving out of it and moving into blessings, because I feel like once you do move into your highest self, you're going to be rewarded with money. Again, I feel like when you guys are in a happy vibe, you're actually serving the collective, because you guys do exude such a happiness just from your eyes and your smile, and there's something about your energy that's infectious and beautiful and awesome. So I really think that even though you might feel very guiltily tied into this person, like, oh, I can't leave them, I have to stay with them, you're actually not doing your purpose, and you're kind of being punished a little bit because you're not serving the people that you could be serving. So I feel like you have a very big spiritual mission. That one says there is so much to accomplish. So it's like you're supposed to serve others. You're supposed to be this gift to the world, shining brightly and inspiring people. And instead, you're bogged down in this situation, serving one person that doesn't even appreciate you, keeps you low vibe, keeps you from shining to others. And it's just a total mess. So I feel like it's time to think very carefully about extricating yourself from this situation, welcoming in an ending rather than resisting it. And moving on to the next, moving on to being surrounded with people that love you, adore you, cheer you on, and see the absolute best in you. Look on the bright side when it comes to you. They don't try to see like where you messed up and make you feel bad about yourself and call you out. They try to encourage you and uplift you and bring out that smile and that joyful, happy amazingness that you guys should be in. And that once you're in that energy, you're going to be blessing others to such an extent that you're going to be getting amazing karma and bringing in lots of money, lots of success, and lots of abundance. So it's time to move towards that strongly with the Chariot. It's time not to resist. It's time to head into it and welcome in this Empress energy. Welcome in the blessings and the power and the position that I feel like Spirit wants to give to you, but you're not ready yet. Not until you can learn to discard the dysfunctional people and the people that don't have good intentions, because that's a major part of coming into success. Spirit doesn't want to bless people that are surrounded by toxic people that are going to, just mess everything's up. They want to give the blessings to people that are going to have that discernment and not keep around toxic people that would misuse power and not have their alignment thrown off because some random negative person put something in their mind. Your blessing is going to come in when you guys are shining with others and giving your light to others, and that can't happen when it's being dimmed by this person or situation. So it's time to throw that bucket off of you guys and shine your light brightly and openly to the world, and get yourself in alignment with situations that actually allow you to do that, rather than putting you in a stressed out negative energy. I think that's really important for you guys. So it's time to make that happen sooner rather than later. You guys already know who these people are and these situations are. You know what you need to remove from your life. So it's time to act and stop making excuses for them, or trying to see the best in them, or hoping they'll change. It is what it is. It's not going to change. And if it does, it would take a long time. And we don't have time to waste in this life. Life is short, right? So step into this energy now of happiness and exuding love and light. And I think you're going to be really blessed by spirit, but it's time to start working towards it and cutting off the dysfunctional people that really need to be pruned out of your life. Just like if a tree had like a rotten tree branch, it can't grow as much until you cut off that rotten branch. So, or, one rotten lemon in a bag will spoil all of them. They'll all get like moldy if there's one. So that's the effect that someone negative can have on your life. It's time to get out that moldy lemon and let the beautiful, healthy lemons shine. So I really hope that helped, pile 3. I love reading your thoughts and stories and everything you guys have to say. So let me know in the comments if it resonated, and also make sure to give it a big thumbs up. And if you guys want to check out my Patreon, I post all my readings over there as well. And the latest one is, have you met your divine counterpart yet? Or are they yet to come in? Was it a karmic connection? So you guys might really like to check out that and all my other readings. So definitely click the link in my bio for that, and subscribe over here as well if you want to see more of my readings over here. So I'm sending you guys lots of love and light. Have an amazing day, guys. Take care. Bye. Hey, pile 4. So if you guys picked this crystal, this is going to be your reading. This is labradorite, one of my absolute favorite protection crystals. But let's get into your cards. You guys pulled the Ringmaster of Scrutiny, and then Ace of Cups, 3 of Cups reversed, 4 of Swords, 4 of Pentacles, the Empress, 7 of Cups, and the World. So I feel like for a lot of you guys, Spirit is saying pay attention to the details. I feel like some of you guys have been working really hard on something, and Spirit is kind of saying keep that up and make sure that you guys are paying attention to everything that happens, because I feel like there's a lot of potential for blessings and abundance coming in really strongly. And you guys have been, I think, paying a lot of attention to all the details and making sure everything's lined up. And I feel like Spirit is saying continue in on that. There may even be an energy right now where you're not getting a lot of sleep and you're not really resting and you're not getting a ton of, maybe enjoyment time. But I feel like this is going to pay off really well. I feel like a lot of you guys are going to reach Empress energy and really be in so much abundance. So even though you guys are working really hard now, I feel like the message is kind of keep it up. I also could see a message coming through about taking a little more time to actually enjoy life, maybe going out with friends or just spending time alone, but doing things you really love that will kind of make you feel rested, even if you're not totally rested. Maybe just doing something that really makes our heart sing, like painting or finding time to work out, or eating a food that we really enjoy and is like nourishing to us. I feel like some of you guys, you're going a million miles an hour, and it's kind of a complicated message, because I feel like they're saying like don't stop, but maybe take a little more time for yourself, because I feel like you guys are really on the brink of bringing in something that you guys have wanted for a really long time. And it's kind of like keep pushing, but also take a little more time for you. So I hope that makes sense. It's kind of a balanced message coming through. So we also got inspiration, career, confidence, and transformation. So maybe some of you guys have been super hyper focused on your career and on something you're trying to build with that. I feel like for some of you guys, you're coming into a period of a lot more confidence. I also feel like there's others in this pile who you might be wanting or hoping to start a different career, but you're feeling very like, not lost, but like, oh, I'm just a beginner. I couldn't do that. I wish I could, but that won't happen for me. And I feel like the message is like, yes, of course you can. You can do whatever you put your mind into. And whenever some spirit is putting something in our heart and keeps tugging our attention back to it and, really trying to redirect us to that, that is a really strong message that that's what we're supposed to do. And so if you guys have been feeling called to start a new career or change or redirect yourself, I would say go ahead and do it. With the Ace of Cups coming through, that can be a message that the things that we're supposed to be doing as a career are the things that also emotionally fulfill us. So maybe there's something that you guys really love and spend a lot of your time thinking about, doing in your free time, learning about, and just innately you feel drawn to it, but you feel like you could never monetize it or you could never do that for a career. And I always think that those are the things that probably are the most likely to give us success and abundance. Even if other people don't see the map or the blueprint, even if someone else is like, oh my gosh, you could never make money like that. Please, are you joking? That won't pay you. Like, that's just something you enjoy, but that's not going to pay the bills. That is not something to listen to. You should be listening to your heart and what spirit says. And if spirit keeps pushing you, pushing you, pushing you towards something, that's time to pay attention. So for some of you guys, I feel like you've had this desire to start a business or to change career tracks or to work on something. And I feel like this is confirmation that that would be something so great for you guys. I feel like a lot of you guys are already good in this arena. You're already skilled in it. You already have a lot of what it takes. You just need more confidence and you just need to make yourself a little bit better in it or get some experience with it. And I feel like it's really going to fall into place. I feel like there's so many people in this world that will constantly tell people, like, oh, you have to have this degree, or you have to have this amount of knowledge, or you have to have studied for X amount of years. But the thing is people have different requirements. Sometimes someone is innately skilled at an area, or sometimes someone else, and there's a train. I don't know if you guys can hear that. I don't know what the message is with that. Maybe, a train coming through, like a success train, that wants to come through your life. Like, I feel like that's the trains are so unstoppable. You know what I mean? And that's the thing that I'm kind of saying is like with you guys, there may be an unstoppable force, an unstoppable ability. So excited for Mercury to leave retrograde, that you guys have that maybe the different rules apply to you than would apply to someone else. Maybe someone else needed to train for 5 years and get certified and, go through all these hoops, but maybe you're really good at it. Maybe you have an innate talent. Because I feel like Spirit is saying for a lot of you guys, you would just be great at this. There's other forces at play other than like a degree, a diploma. Sometimes people are just have a gift that God gave them that they didn't have to work for, that they didn't have to try at. It just came to them. Like for me, I'm really bad at sports. I could train soccer all day, every day for like 12 hours a day, and I would never be able to play at like Cristiano Ronaldo's level. And I'm not trying to like discount his hard work. I'm sure he works really hard. And that's kind of the major key is when you can combine your innate gifts with the ability to work hard. But at the same time, he's also blessed with these innate God given gifts of being able to run that fast and direct the ball so well and like have the vision of like, oh, that's an open gap in the people, and I'm gonna fake around that person and then run around them and then get it into the goal that way. And I could be working as hard as I wanted, and I could graduate from like a soccer academy and train and wake up every day and eat sleep breathe soccer, and I'll never ever play like Cristiano Ronaldo. And that's the thing, is there are innate gifts from God that change the kind of algorithm, change the rules. So someone else may say like, well, I've worked in this field for years. Like, what do you mean you think you can just come in and succeed and do well? And it's like, well, maybe you and I have different rules, and it's not trying to be disrespectful, but when you're aligned with a life purpose and your destiny moment, a lot of times that's going to be easier for you than it is for someone else. So I feel like some of you guys, you feel really inspired to do something. You feel a natural inclination towards it. And if you do, I would say that's definitely a green flag. Go ahead and move towards it. It's a green light saying, yes, go do that. And for others of you, if you've been trying to work at this for a while, I feel like it's a message that you guys are going to come into success from this and are going to do super, super well. And so, yeah, I think that's something that is coming in for you guys. So we also got new moon in Taurus, know your worth, first quarter moon in Capricorn, unleash your kindest self, and full moon in Capricorn, take a reality check. So all earth energy and two Capricorn cards. So Capricorn is such a success oriented card, all about success. And I really feel like you guys are going to have a lot of success in this and material wealth, because earth signs do rule over material wealth and earthly kind of items. And so I feel like you guys are going to be rewarded handsomely. And Taurus is also ruled by Venus, which we also have with the Empress. So I really do feel like you guys are going to be rewarded financially for this. And there's going to be a lot of wealth coming your way as a result of this. And I feel like if you guys can kind of I do feel like there's a message also with Take a Reality Check and the Ringmaster of Scrutiny to be very clear about what you're doing and look at it with a lot of discernment. Don't just rush in blindly, because I feel like for some of you guys, there could be multiple factors going on in this that you kind of need to pay attention to. So it's kind of like when you start a new business, you have to make sure you do it right. Like, even if you have an innate gift, you want to make sure that you're doing the absolute best job you can do. So, making sure that things look pretty, making sure that the customer service is on point, making sure that, like, obviously, I mean, this is a general reading, so you guys are going to have different career paths that are calling you or fields that you would be good in. But I feel like either way, bringing excellence to everything you do, paying attention to the details, to the little things, to the minor details that just make it extra special for someone and just make them really touched by, like, wow, they went the extra mile for me. Just being on point and paying attention to all of that. Because I think a lot of people, they just rush through things. Like, I feel like everyone has had that experience with, like, getting your hair done, and the hairstylist just rushes through and just kind of doesn't pay attention. And they're just like, well, I did it. And you're like, you did it and it looks horrible. And I'm going to have to, like, I always am like cutting my hair after hair appointments, because I'm like, they did such a bad job and I'll just do it myself. So it's like, yeah, you can cut hair, but if you do it in a bad job, then what's the point? Especially when you can get amazing clients if your God-given gift is cutting hair. And there's so many people who are amazing at it and just do such a great job and frame people's face so well. Then why wouldn't you go out of your way to, like, make everyone a great job? Make every single time, like, that's amazing. And obviously there's going to be times when maybe you just you do your best, but it doesn't come out exactly how you envisioned or whatever. But setting the bar high for yourself of, like, I'm going to do my best. I'm going to work really hard. I'm going to pour myself into this. I think that is so key to success. Treating every time like it's important. Never just being like, let me just clock in and I'm not really paying attention and I'm just doing it because whatever. But really pushing yourself to do an excellent job. That's so the energy of Capricorn. They can be perfectionists. They like to do things well. And earth signs in general are that way. Virgo as well, which is the other earth sign that isn't in this. So it's like you guys should be, making sure that you're doing as best of a job as you can. So let's get more cards. We got Vampire, Emotional Intelligence, and then we got Trick or Treat, Mischief, or Play. So I feel like for some of you guys, like I said at the beginning, Spirit is saying, it's okay to take a little time to fill your cup emotionally, to do things that are going to bring you joy and happiness and make you feel really good. So it doesn't have to be just, it's like the phrase, all work and no play makes Jack a dull boy. So you want to make sure that you are doing things that are fun for you, interesting for you, that bring you happiness and fulfillment. And maybe that is, taking some time to watch your favorite movie that always makes you laugh, or baking a pie, or whatever that you just like to do that makes you happy. Maybe other people won't even get it, and they don't have to, because it's for you. It's what fills your cup emotionally. So I think part of it is when you are working really hard on a goal, you kind of have to know when to, pump the brakes a little bit. You want to be, I always love to say to myself, all gas, no brakes. So I always like to push myself, which is probably why I'm getting so sick all the time lately. But you do want to make sure that you're also taking that time out for you. And I feel like it's like when we take the time out to like rest and rejuvenate and do things that make us feel good, our cup is so much more full and we're able to give that to others. Our energy tank is more full when we feel good, when we take that moment out of like, okay, I'm just gonna chill today, I'm gonna have a fun day for myself, and maybe scheduling that in. Like if you are working all the time, maybe make sure you pencil that into your schedule of like, I'm gonna take a few hours off to myself, or ideally, I'm gonna take a day or two to relax. Because I feel like some of you guys, you're really going after this goal strongly, and I absolutely love that. But I also feel like it's like take the time out to actually enjoy life. Maybe it's even going out with friends and having a couple drinks with the Three of Cups. Maybe it's, like I said, doing a hobby that brings you fulfillment. Maybe doing arts and crafts or something. But it's something that should make your heart feel full, that you really enjoy, and that just sparks joy within you. So let's get more cards. We got Crown Games, Right Use of Power, Dragon's Hoard, Protecting the Future, and Feast of Plenty, Choices and Their Consequences. So I really feel like there's a lot of wealth and abundant cards coming through with Dragon's Hoard, which always reminds me of that dragon from Lord of the Rings, or the Hobbit or whatever, where they go inside his little lair and there's like all that gold piled up. Um, I feel like you guys are going to be in for that gold. I don't know if you guys know the movie scene that I'm thinking of. I think it's The Hobbit, The Incredible Journey, or something like that. But it's just mountains of gold. And I feel like hopefully that is something on its way for you guys. I do feel like you guys are going to have a lot of success and be wearing that crown as well. And we did get the Empress too, which kind of is the same vibe. So I feel like you guys are going to really be rewarded for all the work you guys are putting in and how hard you guys are trying, because I feel like you guys are really pushing yourself, and you've proven to the universe that you have this endurance and stamina and you're willing to go the distance. You guys are not lazy. And I feel like that's where a lot of rewards come in, is like once we push past that urge to quit, once we push past like, I don't feel like it today. I just want to relax, which like you guys need a little balance. So I would say for some of you guys, maybe it is good to take time to relax, but I love the attitude and the commitment you guys are showing towards your destiny and towards your future. I feel like a lot of you guys really know what you want, and it's like you're kind of heading towards it like a train. Like I said, like trains are unstoppable. If you ever see footage of like a train hitting a car or a truck or something, it just blasts it out of the way. And I feel like that's the level of energy you guys have been directing towards these projects or whatever this is. And I do feel like you're going to be rewarded and you're going to reap the rewards. I feel like it's a lot of positivity coming through, and spirit's just saying, pay attention a little bit. Don't be, and I just got a message also, when you get the power, be nice. Don't misuse it with Crown Games, right? Use of power. So like once the power does come in and the money comes in, make sure you're staying kind and staying, like in that high vibrational, kind, compassionate energy. But I feel like for a lot of you guys, you've been hustling after this for a while. You guys are these ambitious kind of go-getter type of people. And I feel like spirit is so proud of that, how you guys have like taken the bull by the horns and just gone after what you want. And if you guys aren't there yet, I feel like you will be. But I feel like there's people in this pile who aren't on this journey yet, and there's people on this pile that have been on this journey for a while. And if you aren't on this journey, I feel like spirit is saying like, go for it. This is where you guys can be in 6 months or a month or a year if you work at it, if you guys direct all your energy towards it. Because I really feel like this pile is super unstoppable, and I actually feel like this pile does well working hard. Like you guys kind of like to be busy, you like to be occupied, you like when you have stuff to do, and you're not just the type of pile that just wants to sit around and chill. So it's actually really good for your kind of emotional health to have this busy energy and to be working on this task that I see you guys working on. So I feel like even though other people might be like, oh my God, your schedule is crazy, or aren't you tired? You're like, yeah, but also you do really well, like in this kind of a thing. You like having something to work towards. You like having something to do when you wake up and having something on your schedule. So other people might not be able to handle it, but it actually is very beneficial for you guys. But, also make sure to take that time out for things you enjoy. So we also got Six of Ariel, material needs get fulfilled in magical and unexpected ways. Acts of kindness, giving or receiving with a grateful heart. 10 of Michael, a situation has ended and you are finally free. New opportunities for happiness will now follow. Put the past behind you. And then we got 3 of Gabriel, prosperity arising from wise planning. Time to take the next step. Optimistic plans that turn out as expected. Super positive. And then finally, 6 of Michael, it's the light at the end of the tunnel. Breathe a sigh of relief and make new plans, relocation or travel. And the moon, Archangel Haniel, the opportunity to improve your plans, listen to your intuitions, or for accurate guidance, face your fears and grow stronger. So much positivity. And I feel like for some of you guys, you've been working at it for a really long time and it's going to be easier. It's going to get easier once you guys reach this more level of power. It's almost like maybe you guys will be able to make your schedule more, or you won't have to work as hard, or you won't have to do as much lower level work, and you'll be able to sit back and relax a little bit more. But it's like Spirit is acknowledging how hard you guys have worked and really proud of you guys on that front. I also feel like there's a message of knowing that, material abundance does come in, and we had a lot of Venus energy in this pile, does come in magical ways. So the only way to get money is not just working really hard. And the only way to make success is not just breaking our back over something. Sometimes it flows in magically and easily. And sometimes when we're in an energy of having to feel like we just have to push so hard and I can't stop, I can't take any breaks, that can actually block the blessings from coming into us because we have an attitude of like scarcity, or that we have to work so hard, when actually money can flow very easily, abundance can flow very easily. And acknowledging and accepting that, you deserve money and it flows to you and it flows easily, is where you can start seeing money come in that you don't have to be having sleepless nights for. You don't have to be, bending over backwards and doing everything and working 24/7 for. Then it can just flow to you a lot easier. So I do feel like you guys who have been working really hard on this, your schedule might free up a lot. You might have a little more free time and a little more ability to rest and take breaks. And for others of you, I feel like if you haven't stepped into this hardworking, abundant energy, it's going to come in, it's going to flow. And you guys have, I feel like in this pile, a lot of you guys are very intelligent, very hardworking, very smart about like a lot of things in life. And I do feel like it's like, of course you're going to reach success. Some of you guys may be anxious about that and maybe thinking like, I don't know, like it's not going to happen for me. I definitely think with this energy you're in and the energy you're putting towards this project, that success is inevitable. But we do have 3 of Gabriel, which can talk, or excuse me, the moon, which can talk about the opportunity to improve your plans. So like I said, pay attention to the details. There may be things you guys are missing that you could be doing better or easier. Maybe you don't need to work out at 5 a.m. Maybe you could tack it on to the end of your workday and you'd feel a lot more rested. You know what I mean? Maybe you don't have to, I don't know, go over everything 4 times before you send it in. Maybe you could hand it off to, an associate and they can check it over for you, or you can check it twice and that's enough. And you're smart and, that'll be enough times to read it. I feel like there's things you guys could kind of adjust around that would make it easier for you. Maybe for some of you guys, I'm getting it's charging more for your work. Maybe you guys are not making as much money as you could be. Maybe you could go in for a salary negotiation at work, or maybe you could come and, talk to your boss about like, I've been doing a lot of this work and I'd kind of like to delegate. I don't know, but I feel like there's adjustments that you guys should be making because there's things that can be switched and improved upon. And I feel like this abundance will be yours no matter what. So don't be afraid. If you have to take some of the pressure off, it's okay. You guys are going to get there. know that and be in that expectant energy of knowing that the blessings will come, knowing that they're your birthright and you have worked hard enough. Some of you guys need to hear that. You're like, no, but I could be doing more. You guys are such perfectionists. And it's like, no, you guys have been working so hard. You do deserve it. And so coming into it with expectant energy, expecting the best, knowing you deserve the best is going to be really key for these manifestations coming in easier, because we can do things through Saturn energy of hard work and discipline and hard lessons, but we can also have energy come in a Venus way where it just flows easily and beautifully and in a luck way with Jupiter. So I feel like Spirit is saying move towards that Jupiter energy, move towards the Venus energy of just blessings are mine because they just are. And I didn't have to work that hard for it. They just came to me easily. And pay attention to the stuff you need to adjust, because some of you guys aren't maybe making enough money and it's time to have those difficult conversations, or it's time to think about repricing. It's time to switch up your, how you're getting paid or something like that. It's time to value your work more, because some of you guys, you just think your level of work is normal, and Spirit is saying like, no, y'all are working so hard and you do deserve to have the rewards from it. So know that and integrate that into your thinking and into your energy so that the abundant money can start flowing in. So I really hope that helped. Pile 4, let me know if it resonated in the comments. I love hearing your thoughts, your stories, and all your opinions. So let me know if it resonated, and make sure to give it a big thumbs up as well. And if you guys want to check out my Patreon, I have my link in my bio for that, and I post all my extra videos over there. And the last one I posted was, have you already met your divine counterpart, or are they yet to come in? So if you want to see that, or was it just a karmic connection? So if you guys want to watch that, check out my Patreon as well as all my other videos over there, and make sure to subscribe over here as well, because I post lots of videos here. So I will see you guys in the next reading. I'm sending you guys so much love and light. Have an amazing day, guys. Take care of yourselves. Bye.